Shalom, shalom, shalom. Barakatah to the Father of lights. Peace and power to Yahweh Shai. Peace and power to the throne of King David. And peace and blessings to you out there, Royal House. All praises. Y'all should be chewing on the first video about the death angel coming. This is another installment pertaining to that, plus a little more. First things first, I want, just in case some of y'all are wondering, well, why are we talking about the Passover now? We ain't have to keep no Passover, all right? We ain't have to keep no Passover, all right? See, we are in captivity. That's what I try to tell these fucking idiots. We're going to keep the Passover once we get the fuck out of here, okay? Now, this April coming up, we keeping the Passover. First one, because we don't need to. Let me give you some applesauce with it. All right. Now we're going to come back to Revelation 11, but for right now, let's go to Zechariah chapter 13, verse 1. This is why, okay, we don't need to keep the Passover. Zechariah 13 and 1. And that day there shall be a fountain open to the house of David and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and uncleanness. That negates the Passover. All right. And even then, all right, when we get out of here, we ain't going to keep the Passover, as far as us, the death angel, and it's going to be a celebration. There's going to be no danger involved with us. The Passover is to separate the wicked from the righteous. That's what it's for. Same in Egypt, right? First Egypt, you had the wicked Israelites and Egyptians, and then you had the righteous Israelites. Righteous Israelites put the blood on the doorpost. They were exempt from punishment. Everybody else, fuck you. Same thing now. If you are a believer, if you believed in Yahweh Shai from the royal house of Judah, you were woken up in this time where you could understand the scriptures, where you could understand so that you could make the necessary arrangements and listen to the shepherd that he sent to protect yourself. You already dodged the first big bullet, which was that damn booyah. Did you not? Did you not dodge that? All right. So that's number one. Next one coming around is going to be the mark. And then it's going to be the death angel coming. Okay. Now, for Israel, that's the northern kingdom. They had to believe on the apostles who were ambassadors for Hamashiach because he's their God, okay? So when they believed on what the apostles said, they repented, they gave their life to Yahweh Shai. When this death angel comes, even though they're going to be out there, they're going to be exempt from the punishment, right? You got it? Now, us in the royal house, that's what I told y'all last video. You got to be in this house with the blood of Yahweh Shai on your heart in order to be exempt. Those of y'all that had to kick out of here for being assholes and all that, you ain't in the house, man. You're not in the house. So don't be thinking, oh, well, I understand the scriptures. The devils know this and tremble. You can understand them. It don't mean you exempt. You'll be able to put it to the test soon enough, all right? For being a chicken shit motherfucker and a smart ass. That's what happens. See, it's getting ready to get real now. All right. Before I get started, we still got Cracker Jack on here. Hey, Cracker Jack. Hey, man. How long your child molesting ass gonna stay on here, man? Ain't you got a 12-year-old that you gotta take on a hot date? You faggot. Talking about you, Denijah. Don't try to slide shit over, motherfucker, like you didn't put that damn video up there. You put it up there. You said it. You had a 15-year-old baby mama. You are despicable and pitiful. You are a fucking pedophile, and you are dog shit, man. I thought I didn't like you before, but now, oh my God, you terrible. But anyway, enough time wasted on your ignorant white ass, all right? Your judgment coming too. But let me show you something. That's why it says right here, like I said, once again, in that day there shall be a fountain open to the house of David only, and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem for sin and uncleanness. All right. Now, wash your mouth out with that. Now, what I want to do, before I go to Revelations 11, let's hit up the book of Jubilees. Laws regarding the Jubilees and the Sabbath. All right. And after this law, I made known to thee the days of the Sabbath in the desert of Sinai, which is between Elam and Sinai. And I told thee of the Sabbaths of the land of Mount Sinai, and I told thee of the Jubilee years in the Sabbaths of years. But the year thereof I have not told thee, till ye enter the land which ye are to possess. And the land also will keep the Sabbaths while they dwell upon it. And they will know the Jubilee year, wherefore I have ordained for thee the year, weeks, and the years, and the Jubilees. There are 49 Jubilees from the days of Adam unto this day, and 1 week, all right? And 2 years, and there are yet 40 years to come, all right? So, it says, distant for learning the commandments of the Lord, 2450 a.m. the Lord, until they pass over into the land of Canaan, crossing the Jordan to the west. And the Jubilees will pass by until Israel is cleansed from all guilt of fornication and uncleanness and pollution and sin and error, and dwelleth with confidence in all the land. And there will be no more Satan or any evil one, and the land will be clean from that time forevermore. So that's talking about now. Did you hear that? It says, and the Jubilees will pass by until Israel is cleansed from all guilt of fornication, uncleanness, and pollution, and sin, and error, and dwelleth with confidence in all the land, and there will be no more Satan or any evil one. Now, Satan is still out, but right now we're dwelling with confidence. All right. And we're free from the guilt of fornication and uncleanness and pollution and sin. All right. So how do I know that? Well, what did I just read? Zechariah 13:1. At that time there shall be a fountain opened up for sin and uncleanness. All right. For those that are in the house. If you in the house, this applies to you. Verse 6. And behold the commandment regarding the Sabbaths. I have written them down for thee and all the judgments of its laws. 6 days will you labor, but on the 7th day is the Sabbath of the Lord your power. In it ye shall do no manner of work, ye and your sons and your men servants and your maid servants and your cattle and your sojourner also who is with you. This is why you can't keep the law here. All right, you can't do that, because even though you might not go to work, you got somebody in your family that is. Everybody got to do it. Okay. And the man that doeth any work on it shall die. Whoever desecrated that day, whoever lieth with his wife, or whoever saith he would do something on it, that he was set out on a journey thereon, and regarding to any buying or selling, and whoever draweth water thereon, which he had not prepared for himself on the 6th day, and whoever taketh up any burden to carry it out of his tent, or out of the house, shall die. Ye shall do no work whatsoever on the Sabbath day, save that ye have prepared for yourselves on the 6th day, so as to eat and drink and rest and keep the Sabbath from all work on that day, and to bless the Lord your power, who has given you a day of festival and a holy day, and a day of the holy kingdom for all Israel is this day among their days forever. For great is the honor which the Lord have given to Israel, that they should eat and drink and be satisfied on this festival day, and rest thereon from all labor which belongeth to the labor of the children of men, save burning frankincense and bringing oblations and sacrifices before the Lord for the days of the Sabbath. This work alone shall be done in the Sabbath days, in the sanctuary of the Lord your power. Where's your sanctuary at? Don't have one. That they may atone for Israel with sacrifice continually from day to day for a memorial well-pleasing before the Lord, and that he may receive them always from day to day according as thou hast been commanded. And every man who doeth any work thereon, or goeth on a journey, or tilleth his farm, whether in his house or any other place, and whoever lighteth a fire, or rideth on any beast, or traveleth by ship on the sea, all right, and whosoever striketh or killeth anything, or slaughtereth a beast or a bird, or whoever catcheth an animal or a bird or a fish, or whoever fasteth or maketh war on the Sabbath. This is why when you read the Maccabees, some of the northern kingdom got slaughtered because they couldn't fight Ptolemy back because it was on the Sabbath. They sat there and got slaughtered. All right? It says you can't make war on the Sabbath. The man who doeth any of these things on the Sabbath shall die, so that the children of Israel shall observe the Sabbath according to the commandments regarding the Sabbath of the land, as it is written in the tables, which he gave into my hands, that I should write out for thee the laws of the seasons, and the seasons according to the division of days. Herewith is completed the account of the division of days. So, those are the rules. That's how it used to be. This is why it's impossible to keep the law here. You can't do it, right? But these idiots are blind and dumb. That's for you, Royal House, to keep you up on your game so that you know you're not tripping. Now, let me ask y'all a question. I said this is the year of Jubilee, all right? This is the 50th year, but the 50th year of what? You want to know? You want me to prove it to you? Okay. Got to do a little work here as far as, researching and looking things up, okay? Now, this is what you need to see. This is what's called the petrodollar system, right? See it? In 1973, the petrodollar system was created, all right, through a deal, all right, between the U.S. and who? See where it says? Saudi, right? Saudi Arabia, all right? So, what did that do? That took America off the gold standard and backed the U.S. dollar with oil. That's what's called the petrodollar. Petroleum is gas, all right? Fossil fuels. So that made the Saudis the richest nation on the planet. They got an unlimited supply of oil, back with the American and backing the American dollar, the most powerful country in the world, or at least used to be. All right. So once that happened in 1973. It was actually 1974 when it started. Okay. Make sure I get that. Yeah, it was 1974. See right here? 1974. You see it? So, wait a minute. The petrodollar agreement went into effect in 1974. All right. They drew it up in 73. They enacted it in 1974. That's when the American dollar, all the gold and silver and everything was now rendered obsolete concerning transactions and buying for countries to do business transactions. You have to do it with the petrodollar, which everybody was linked to. Everybody was on the Universal Commercial Code, which is the American dollar backed by petro from Saudi Arabia, who is Esau. Okay? Now that you got that down, the agreement was for 50 years. Right? 50 years. Now, at the time that started, all right, when it came to the year of Jubilee, let's go to Leviticus 25. Leviticus 25. I'm going to start at verse Verse 8. And thou shalt number 7 Sabbaths of years unto thee, 7 times 7 years, and the space of the 7 Sabbaths of years shall be unto thee 49 years. Right? Then shalt thou cause the trumpet of the Jubilee to sound on the 10th day of the 7th month, in the day of atonement. Ye shall make the trumpet sound throughout all your land, and ye shall hallow the 50th year. All right? And proclaim liberty throughout all the land, unto all the inhabitants thereof. It shall be a jubilee unto you, and you shall return every man unto his possession, and ye shall return every man unto his family. That's right here, Leviticus 25, 8, 9, and 10. All right? Now, well, why'd you bring up Saudi Arabia? Well, I'm glad you asked that. All right? If you go to 2nd Esdras, all right? 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 9. What does it say? For Esau is the end of the world, right? And Jacob is the beginning of the world to come, right? Well, let me read it exactly. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth, right? Right here, right? So, that's 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Well, who is Esau? Esau are the Saudis. And why did it say that he's the end of the world? Well, once the American dollar was no longer backed by Saudi oil, that was into Saudi. And that's what just happened. That's why this is the year of Jubilee. This is the 50th year. Why? From 1974 to 2024 is the 7 Sabbaths. All right? And on that 7th Sabbath, you sound the trumpet. This is why on April 8th last year, that was the trumpet being blown, because that's when the planets lined up, and that's when the eclipse happened. Remember? That was us getting ready to be released from captivity. Now, you hollow out the 50th year, and this is when we get the fuck out. And that's this April. Yes. All right? Now, let's go to let me get it. Joel 2, verse 22. Be not afraid, ye beasts of the field, for the pastures of the wilderness do spring. For the tree beareth her fruit, the fig tree and the vine do yield their strength. That's springtime. When is spring? April. Late March, early April. Verse 23. Be glad then, ye children of Zion, and rejoice in the Lord your power, for he hath given you the former rain moderately, and he will cause to come down on you the rain, the former rain and the latter rain in the first month. All right? The first month. What is the first month? The month of Nisan, April. All right? And this is the 50th year. All right? So, I told you, seven Sabbaths, right? So, when that first year came, I was 4 years old. 4. 7 Sabbaths passed. That last Sabbath was in 2018 when he called me to deliver this message unto you. All gas, no brakes was for that reason. Remember I told you there was a sense of urgency? Well, this is why. Had to have all this done because the year of Jubilee was coming up, and we're up on it now. The year of Jubilee is upon us. I just told you how. I just tied it to the scripture. Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it, which is to come. So Esau had his time for 50 years. Let me show y'all something else. If that's not good enough, that's not good enough. You know how some of y'all like listening to this white man. Check this out. Now look here. Pope Francis declared 2025 a Jubilee year, also known as the Year of Hope. See there? Even he know. All right? Even that egghead motherfucker know what time it is. So, the time is up. That means the Year of Jubilee, everybody go free. Year of Jubilee, everybody go free. All right? That's mainly for us. These motherfuckers ain't going free. We are. We the ones been oppressed. We the one. Everybody else done had their freedom. All right? They going into captivity. He that leadeth, this is the great exchange. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. And he that kill with the sword must be this in this way killed with the sword. Okay? That was getting ready to happen. This year. April. Okay? Now, is that just a bunch of coincidences? No, it's not. It's really not. All right? We already saw hitting on the 8s. All right? We got the 3 8s. We got 8 planets lining up 2 years in a row, which has never happened. He said that we're going to see signs in heaven on the 25th of this month. This is when the planets are going to line up. You should be able to see it at sunset, depending on where you are. You go outside and look in the sky, you're going to be able to see them 8 planets lined up. Depending on your position, you might see 6 planets, but you will be able to see Saturn, they said. Okay? So, we here, y'all. That last 7, all right? That's when it says that the trumpet is going to be blown. Well, that just happened today. It says that the sound of the last what? Trump. The sound of the last trump. Why do you think his name is Trump, man? You think that's a coincidence too? His name could have been Green Bomb or some shit. No, it's Trump. At the sound of the last trump. All right? And then after the sound of the last trump, 3.5 years later, the trumpet is going to sound. All right? That's going to be the last call to get Israel, the northern kingdom, turn them up, and get everybody the fuck out of here. And that's when it's done. The testimony of the 2 witnesses are going to be done. All right? Let's go to that. Let's go to Zechariah. Zechariah, chapter 11. Salak. That's Zechariah. Revelations 11. My bad. Revelations 11 and 1. And there was given me a reed like unto a rod, and the angel stood saying, Rise and measure the temple of the power, and the altar, and them that worship therein. Like I said, nice square circle, nice square box where we're going to be. That's the royal house of King David. That is the temple. Remember that. Temple. Verse 2. But the court, which is without the temple, leave it out. And measure it not, for it is given unto the Gentiles. Who are the Gentiles? The Gentiles are the unrepentant northern kingdom. All right? And the holy city shall they tread underfoot 42 months. Just because they're unrepentant doesn't mean that they're not still holy. They're still holy. They're just unrepentant. And this is where the death angel is going to be released on them. All right? It's going to be released on them for refusing to accept Yahushai's sacrifice, and for trodden underfoot the blood of the covenant. But those same northern kingdom that believed on the apostles, all right, that was sent by Yahushai to preach to them, they're going to be spared. Okay? They're going to be spared. But everybody else, all of those scoffers and mockers and people laughing, those are going to be the ones that the death angel is going to come and get finally, because they don't have the blood of the lamb on the doorposts of their hearts. They didn't believe. Judah is not going to be out there, not the sons and daughters. The sons and daughters are coming with me. All right? That's y'all. All of y'all that are still here, that listen to me and don't talk shit and give me a hard fucking time. All right? But everybody else, hey, fuck them. You're going to learn, man. You're going to learn. Right? So, yeah. About 5 minutes shy. I wanted to get that across to y'all about the petrodollar and, you know, how it ties into this and it ties into the prophecy. All right. When it says Esau is the end of the world, all right, that means that Esau was going to have his way for the last 7 Sabbaths, which he did. The 7 Sabbaths began in 1974 when I was 4 years old, and the Most High put my little pigly ass down here in 1970. All right? So I have lived my whole life not knowing that the 7 Sabbaths were being accomplished when I was in elementary school, all right, junior high, high school, working all them years, busting my ass. And hey, them 7 Sabbaths was being already put in the bank. I had no idea until the last 7 years when the Most High, after he educated me from 2014 to 2018, all right, he pulled me out of the darkness into the marvelous light after 17 years in that damn whacked out ass church house. He got me out of there, taught me this truth so I could deliver it to you so that we can get the fuck out of here. And we are at the doors. All right. We got, this is the last 7 years, 6 years South labor. All right. Which is what I did. 7, you go free. Now you tell me that's all coincidence. No, you be a goddamn fool. Oh, we got some. We got some now that'll still argue. Oh no, man, that ain't what that mean. No, man, this nigga crazy, man. You sure he tried to line all that shit up? Nigga, I did line it up. We gonna see who in line when y'all ass crying. All right. Now, next video, which is coming right after this one. All right. I'm gonna show y'all some things. We gonna go back to that book of Ezekiel, and I'm gonna show y'all exactly what I mean. We gonna see if this is a coincidence too. All right. So, Barak Atah to the Father of lights. We thank you, Father, for this information. You said before these things spring forth, you tell us of them. So I thank you for the download. All praises, peace and power to Yahweh Shai, peace and blessings to you, Royal House, and y'all stay tuned for the next video. All right. I can't sit still, man. I can't sit still. Can't. But I got some more to show y'all on the next video. Y'all sit tight while I pull this another slab off the grill. All right. Peace and blessings, Royal House. See y'all on the flip side. This your King and Shepherd KD, and I'm out. Shalom.